there. Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to another program in the series of What's on Your Mind. Program is produced by Break Tru TV at gmail.com. And I'm Carl. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in once again. This is our 23rd program. And you can go back and take a look at all the other programs we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me say thank you once again. Thanks for your support. We have some marvelous support out there, marvelous encouragement. And must say very, very thank you. Very thank you. And I want to say you can get involved in the program. You can send us an email at breaktruTV@gmail.com. Yeah, thank you. And the weather, it's autumn now. The weather's still very good in the UK. I think we are in for a little bit of heat wave, according to some source, or according to the Met Office. And the last couple of days, I think yesterday it was raining very heavily, and the day before. But today it's quite good. It started very, very cloudy in the morning, and it literally has brightened up. Very good, you know what I mean? But sooner or later, the temperatures, when we step out of what we call the autumn, the winter will be here very soon. And I hope it's not too bad this year. Mind you, sometimes it doesn't get really bad until about, say, around about January. January, end of January going into February. If it snows, it's always sort of really bad at that time, or just after Christmas. Anyway, that's my weather report. I know. As you know, this program is about what's on your mind, and I always sort of look at some of the news that's been going on around, and some strange things that's been going around. So I always look at that, and then I actually go into what I call my rants, yeah? Okay, so let me sort of start looking at a couple of things that's been happening around the world in the last couple of days or in the last week. In the USA, America has marked 20 years since 9/11, the terrorist attack. And presidents and former presidents all lined up together to pay homage and to pay a mark of respect for all those people that was injured, and also the 3,000 people that got killed on September 11, 2001. And as I say, quite a few of the presidents, including the current presidents, was all there at the memorial paying homage. But no, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a former president. Don't know where he was. He didn't want to be there for some reason or another. This is a man who loves his country and his people. Can't help but saying that. Let me move on. Let me move on. Yeah. Wow. Baroness Lawrence has led a call for the Met Office Commissioner, Cassidy Dick, to be sacked from her position as the Metropolitan Chief Police Officer. The social justice campaigner that she joined, and victims of police corruption, is urging for the removal of Dick. She is expected to have her contract extended for another 2 years. And we see what happens, or we will see if pressure is put on the government for her removal. And I think there's quite a few controversy around her as well, because she's done quite a few things, and a lot of people is not happy with her being the commissioner. So we'll wait and see. Also, moving on. A Manchester estate agent who allegedly hurdled online abuse at British, African, Caribbean players in Euro 2020 has been sacked. And that's the way it should be. And I think the FA and the whole Football Association need to take a more drastic action on racist abuse and also online abuse, because the people who abuse you on online, the people who runs the social media group, they can actually do something about this. They can actually do something about this. But they sit there and they use all kind of excuse. It's 2021 now. Abuse has to be stamped out. People have to put more pressure on the system to get rid of racial abuse. And abuse in any case, no matter what sort of abuse people get up to, it shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be happening. So, as I say, that man who's lost his job, I think his employer has actually done the right thing. Yeah, right. Wow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me move on to another story, which is, this is a very interesting story. This comes from African News. A lawmaker in Somalia who became the country's first female minister is now running for president. Flozella Yusuf Ali, my apologies, Adams, is running for president. And it's not an easy fight to become president, considering that there's a conservative Muslim, which is Somalia, and has been historically marginalized women for how many years? So for a woman to be running as the president, it's not going to be an easy one, but we wish her all the very best. You know what I mean? And I think she needs support, and she may need worldwide support, even though it's their country and they can do what they like. And it would be good to see a drastic change there. Yeah. So we wish her all the best. And all I can say, female from that sort of regime or that sort of society, and some places in the world where a woman don't really has a strong voice, I think we should stand by them and support them. Yeah. Thank you. Don't forget, as I say, to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Now, I go to Jamaica. Now, the Carnival Sunrise ship has docked in Jamaica Monday this week. It docked in Otorias, St. Anne's. Know it very well. Now, it carried 1,700 passengers. And it was a no movement day. And lots of people are not happy. A lot of people has been leaking out on it. And it's going to be part of my rant later on. And also Minister Bartlett has explained there'll be restrictions for the tourists who came in on that ship. And as I say, I don't know how long the ship is stopping in Jamaica. I don't think it stopped very long anyway. And as I say, a lot of people's been leaking out on it, because they say it's our country and we can't go out because if the ship comes in on no movement day, so it shouldn't be allowed. Yeah. They may be right. May not be right. We'll see. But I suspect by the time we came in here tonight, the ship was probably gone anyway. But I will listen to my rant later on. Yeah. Don't forget, as I say, to like, share, and subscribe. Now, sports. Come on to sports. Emma Raducanu has won the American Open Tennis Championship. It is a marvelous achievement for such a young lady. And she has actually made history, becoming Britain's first woman to win the Grand Slam in 44 years. That is a long time. I didn't realize it was so long, Britain hasn't win the Grand Slam. That's getting to be a bit like the football, isn't it? Because I know I shouldn't laugh, but I can't help it. I keep telling you, they say laughing keeps you young. So let me hold my breath. let me do the young thing. As I say, it's marvelous, as I was saying, for that wonderful young lady to win. But as I say, 44 years since Britain hasn't won a Grand Slam. And I was talking about the football then, didn't I? And so that brings to mind the 66. Yeah, the 66 World Cup. That's all we ever heard about where sports is concerned, And we thought they was gonna do it last time, We thought they was gonna do it, but it didn't happen. Italy did it. Italy done it. Now, it's a good job I mentioned Italy, because my next story is actually from Italy. The Monza Grand Prix. Now, I don't know if any of you guys see this. Let me get my hands on the desk here. I don't know if any of you guys see this race. This race was something out of a science fiction movie. There was a crash between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, because these two guys are really fired up now, right? Yeah, and I think I'm gonna say this because Lewis Hamilton is one of the coolest drivers you've ever seen. He hardly ever gets into trouble. Now Max Verstappen is, on the other hand, has been getting into trouble for a very long time. He's been running into people, and people have been running into him for a long time, including his own teammate Ricciardo, when Ricciardo was at Red Bull. So him running into people is nothing strange. And as I say, Lewis Hamilton, he crashed into Lewis Hamilton's car, and he moans that Lewis Hamilton didn't give him enough space. The way I see it, that was rubbish. Absolute rubbish. The thing about it is that Lewis Hamilton halo actually saved him from having serious injuries. The other thing I noticed about it, I suppose you if you're angry, the other thing I noticed about this as well is that Lewis was still in his car. Max Verstappen got out of his car, and he just walked past Lewis. He didn't even look at Lewis' car, even though Lewis' car was damaged. He didn't even look and see if Lewis was alright. He just walked past and carry on. So, as I say, and Lewis Hamilton has also blamed the fiery Verstappen, and Verstappen has received 3 points. Yeah, so he will carry 3 points. It actually has to be on the grid. You know what I mean? Because of that. But I say he's not, he's a guy who always seems to be getting into trouble. I know he's desperate to win. He's desperate to win, isn't he? He's desperate to win. So he's all fired up. So, as I say, and if it wasn't for the halo, Lewis could have come up very, very, very serious. Anyway, I should tell you, the winner of that race was Daniel Ricciardo. And I think Max Verstappen, not Max Verstappen, Bottas came third, and that's how it is at the moment. But I said they're very fired up. So the motor racing some people will say it's getting very, very interesting. And Lewis, I've noticed, has had a lot of critics from different people. I don't know if it's because Lewis has got involved in the Black Lives Matter thing, you know what I mean? And those sort of people, who don't like that sort of thing that he's got involved in. All of a sudden, he's getting a lot of criticism from, And people, if you see that race, there's no way you could say it was Lewis Hamilton's fault. But he's getting criticized, so it was his fault. He should have given Max more space. Well, you need to have a look at the race and know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, let me move on. Entertainment. Birmingham, right us home. Birmingham International Dance Festival is back. And it is actually a free program based in Birmingham. Dance Exchange runs from the 21st of September until the 3rd of October. And it encourages people to go into outdoor space and, enjoy themselves or enjoy the show. And it will be held in a couple of places in Birmingham, such as the Hansworth Park. Know Hansworth Park very well. The Hippodrome, also know the Hippodrome very well. And a few other places, the Midland Arts Centre, which is not too far from where we actually broadcasting. So that should be a wonderful event to go outside and open space and enjoy those shows. And I say it runs from the 21st of September right up until the 3rd of October. Yeah, so that is one you can look out for wherever you are. If you're from Birmingham, the city, or the UK, the city, I'm sure you can look out for that one and take part in that one. It's good to go outdoor and, socialize. But I always say, with Corona going on, the only thing I'm going to say is be careful and watch your distance. So like driving a car, innit? But the car would say, keep your distance. Wow, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program. And you can do that now, You can go back and you can subscribe and pass the program to your friends. Share the program with your friends. And don't forget, you can also get in touch with us as well. It's breaktrutv@gmail.com. Yeah. Now, my next story is... Now, for my next story, well, looking at this. Now, this is an interesting one. Marvelous one, actually. This is in the city of Liverpool. A new statue of reggae legend Bob Marley has been unveiled in Liverpool. The 7-foot-tall statue is located on Jamaica Street in the Baltic Triangle of the city. And it was commissioned by the Positive Vibration Festival of Reggae. And I tell you, what did I say it was? It was 7 foot tall. Yeah? Now, I know my program director. I'm gonna wake him up because he's always saying something about me. Now, this statue was 7 foot tall. Nothing wrong with that. But Bob Marley, Bob Marley was only 5'6", and I'm taller than Bob Marley. And I said that to many people, and they always dispute me. Well, I'm taller than Bob Marley because I'm 5'8", which is not bad. I'm even taller than Prince. Well, my friend used to he's always beating me up and calling me short. So that there you have it. It's a wonderful thing to actually have, To say Bob Marley, fantastic. And it's good to see something like that of Bob Marley going on. And as well, if you rewind, because I do this a lot. This is my bag what I'm talking about now. I do this a lot. If you go back to way back, when you see Bob Marley, I think he was at the Lyceum in London. And no, I don't want anybody butter me up. But if you notice, man, it was the sort of shoes that we at that time. It's the sort of shoes that we. If you notice, Bob Marley had a tiny platform shoes on. Because it was the 70s, isn't it? And in the 70s, people used to get some ridiculous platform shoes on and some short ones. But if you notice, when Bob Marley dancing around the world and skanking and, I'm doing like this, he had a tiny platform shoes on. Absolutely marvelous. You know what I mean? So as I say, it's good to see those sort of things from those way back in those days. But I say, if you go back and listen, look at one of Bob Marley concerts when he's at Elysium or even at Brixton Academy, you'll see him scamping around in these tiny little platform shoes. Yeah, so there you have it. Oh dear me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Carl. Thank you for watching the program, yeah? You can also give us a telephone number. My telephone number should be coming up somewhere on your screen. There it is. You can also give us a call on 078724436765. And you can call us now. And if you want to take part in the program, let's have a feedback and hear what you have to say. You know what I mean? Because as I said, this is a live stream, so we are here. Yeah. Wow. Now, this is where I sort of get into my rant. Yeah. Now my rant, amazing. Let me do this. As I say, this is a live stream, so I can wipe my eyes. If I was in the studio and if it was a live stream, somebody would have been touching me up and then gone back behind the cameras. Doesn't that gonna happen here? I gotta do it myself. Now, okay, this is a very big one because the Carnival cruise ship docked in Jamaica on Monday. No movement day. I think before the Minister Bartlett had agreed in August that the cruise ship could have come in. But because of the coronavirus and that sort of situation, it was changed. And it came in on Monday the 13th. Now, you don't know what's going to happen because some people say it shouldn't have come in. And there's been heavy criticism in Jamaica about this, mainly on social media. It brings 1,700 passengers. And some people lick out at it very bad. So, let me say, some people lick out at it very bad. And a lot of people don't like it. Now, and because those people are still in curfew, what you could call curfew, no movement day, a lot of people says, well, they brought this into our island, and this is our island, this is our independent island, and we can go out, but them can bring cruise ship in. Yeah. Let me say, big shout out to Ice Cream. Big up in Jamaica. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So, as I say, a lot of people is not happy. And there's been a lot of comments. I'll tell you what, because some people say business is allowed to do what they want in our country, and we can't go out. And I've got a couple of few things as well that actually came up. Some people say on social media, that's not right. It's not right. We can't come out and them allowed to come to our country. Yeah. Another statement I actually saw on social media. Now, it says Jamaicans are gonna die. What? It's not. That's not quite right. And I don't like to do this, but I'm gonna do it today. The actual words was black people are go dead. Who know go dead? That's what some people are saying on social media. Also, some people are saying the government has sacrificed our health for a few pounds. Now, a cruise ship is very important to Jamaica. It brings a lot of trade. Also, one American, when she was, they got restricted places that they go. And one American, when she was walking around, I think a cameraman, a reporter went and asked, how does she feel? Well, she says, in America, they wear masks. We wear masks in the UK as well. It's lifted now, but we wear masks. He says, in America, we can go out, but we wear a mask. And then the reporter said to her, in Jamaica, we are reluctant to wear our masks. The other thing is, these people are not in Jamaica for very long. Yeah. The country needs the money. The country has to pay the doctors. They got to pay the nurses. They got to pay police officers. They got to pay health workers. Jamaica hasn't got a big manufacturing system. It's got aluminum, and we know where that money goes. Yeah. So the tourists actually helps that country very well, whether you like it or not. Now, and as I say, a lot of people have been licking out and it shouldn't be here, it's our country, this. Even artists be saying, oh, we're independent, you know, how come can do this? And artists, no. Two wrongs doesn't make a right. So hear this now. And I say, social media was bombarded with all this. I mean, the people them gone. A lot of the people them who was on that ship anyway was probably COVID vaccine anyway. And a lot of them was wearing masks. They would never get on that ship when they boarded that ship unless they had their vaccine or unless they was wearing the mask. Mainly vaccine, because the company who runs these programs or these ships has to make sure that the people that goes on these ships are vaccinated, because they cannot take them and go spread it somewhere else, or they're going to put them out of business. Common sense. Common sense. So I don't know how licking out of them come here and them take over we country on a couple of free country this, a free country this, and a free country that. Well, as I said to you a couple of seconds ago, two wrongs doesn't make a right. Now, there was 29 people killed in Jamaica on the weekend. And it never come to social media. Nobody never said nothing about it. Yeah? And when we say it's for a country, or we say it's our country. Well, if it's our country, we don't need to fix it up more. We don't need to help the law enforcement out there. Some of them is not straight, and some is straight. But not everybody is corrupt. We don't need to help the lawmakers out there to sort out all the damn crime out there. 935 people has been killed so far. 103 persons has been killed in a month. I want to say, a free country, and we love our country. Yeah, I want to still kill each other. Jamaica is only a small place. I want to still kill each other. A free country, and we love its country. I'm not going to blame this. It's a small island, and we can do something about it. There's crime everywhere, but I'm not talking about everywhere. So I'm talking about there. So if you don't love the country so much, because when you see a ship come, when you lick out on the ship, me not necessarily support the ship. When you lick out on the ship, but you don't need to lick out on anything that's going on. A lot of women been killed there. A lot of children has been killed there. And I don't hear a lot of people coming on social media and licking out on this. No, we're not licking out on this. So we need to look at what's going on. That ship is only passing through, whether you like it or not. And as I said before, a lot of those people would have had the vaccine anyway. And the other thing a lot of you do as well, because when you move around and move around and move around and move around, I want to spread the vaccine. I want to refuse to wear a mask. Spread the virus. I want to refuse to wear a mask because of the coronavirus. Spread the virus. I want to spread the virus because of not wearing a damn mask. But I'm ready to look out at other people. And if a small place like that, if you know, listen, coronavirus come from somewhere. I don't know where it comes from. There's a lot of speculation, right? And we had it here in England. Well, for the first couple of months in England, we actually went into a lockdown. We had to social distance. We have to be restricted. We have to be restricted. And we have a lot of stuff. Yeah. That we had to abide by, even though we don't like it. Now, we're not in a bad, I mean, there's still coronavirus here. We're not in a bad, I wouldn't say we're in such a bad position at the moment. But the weather will change. The weather will change. So we're not in what we call a bad situation at the moment. Yeah? Not in a bad situation at the moment. But a lot of us been wearing masks. A lot of us been, some people have had their vaccine, some people have had their double vaccine, some people have been keeping social distance. So we can all come out now and some of us are socializing now. A lot of us are socializing now. But a small place like Jamaica, if we had been looking after ourselves and wearing a mask and helping the sort of government to have what they want, even though always a lick out on the government anyway, and doing the right thing instead of bringing the virus to the family, because the virus can only spread through human. Okay, you can touch somewhere and you catch it up somewhere, but it's because a human go there anywhere. So the virus can only be spread if you spread it. You know what I mean? So you need to shape up and then you take it home to the family, right? I want to go kill off on a mother, on a granny, on the children, I want to ball. I want to blame the government and say it's because of the government. This and give. Here's something now. Here's something. If somebody did say, oh, there's a thing coming over, them call it flu. But me don't think of the flu, before the coronavirus get big. Me don't think of the flu, Me think it's coronavirus. Yes. Who not been saying that's it. Some people don't believe it's coronavirus. But because it's coronavirus now, whatever. Everybody is looking out on something. Looking out on something. As I said, it has to fix up. It has to fix up. We don't have to use common sense. When we talk about loving country, we see all the culture coming from this country. We see all the songs coming on about love your brother, love your sister, love you this and love you that. Respect. We're not living by the words. We're not living that. Other places like that, but we don't talk about no other place now. We're not living by no words. We're not living by no deeds. And all the culture that come out of that island. And as I say, all the amount of people that killing at the island, 935 people since the start of the year. It's ridiculous. 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 Wow. I know, but it's some of you guys need to wake up. You need to wake up. We don't listen to star talk, this star start, that star talk, that. And those stars are not, or the so-called thing, stars. They're not pushing the message of loving your country, loving your fellow men, help your fellow men, and also helping people, to stop the crime rate. I want to say on his brother, on his sister, on his foreign island, and a foreign country. Ridiculous. That sort of mentality just gets me mad. Wow. Let me say hi to Marcia Anderson, Catherine. Also Catherine, yeah. Big thank you for tuning in to the program. Big up everyone who's tuning into the program as well. Let me say thank you. Right. Now, I think I've won that one out. I think I've won that one out. But it's just a reality of things. Because, as I say, my theory of you loving your country and you kill your brother, your fellow men, and you talk about this. And I think even Luciano the Messenger used to say, I'm fed up of singing conscious songs because it don't change anything. And let some conscious lyrics come out of that country. Conscious reggae music. Conscious fantastic lyrics. And a lot of people don't seem to be lived by it. And they chat and chat. And you see the country is too many people is hurting. Too many women is hurting. In that out there. I'm not saying women is not being hurt somewhere else, but I'm not talking about somewhere else, as I say. Too many women being hurting, too many children being hurting out there, you know what I mean? Government this and government that. You don't like the government, what you can do, the people are the government. The people are the government. And you don't like the government, you have to get involved. A lot of them don't want to get involved because you hate police, you hate the doctors, you hate the nurses, you hate the police, you hate even the people them going to the shop sometime. Yeah. But what you can do, get involved. Because you cannot have change unless you get involved. A lot of Jamaicans in the early days, you need to go back and check your history. A lot of Jamaicans went to America in the very, very early days. A lot of the civil rights activists is born out of Jamaican people or Jamaican descendants. Marcus Garvey, classic example. Yeah, classic example. Teach also Prophet Muhammad Elijah. Yeah. So, he teach. So, as I said, a lot of those early Jamaicans come out and go to America, started the civil rights thing. A lot of the stuff that goes on in America of human rights and civil rights, it's Jamaican who started. Taurus Riley said, what does Taurus Riley say? We have a rebellious. We're a rebellious people and a fighting spirit, and that spirit can't change. So they can change things that's going on in the country. And stop messing about. I want to say hi to Jamelia. Thank you for watching the program. Let me say thanks for your support. Yeah. Right. I think I won that one out. Let me move on. Big up Lay. I think that's how I pronounce it, Lay. But it's a big up, Lay. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the program. Big up, Lay. So, let me move on to my story. My other story now. Yes. Now, this is a strange one. You know, this is like a strange bit of story here. Because human remains. This is not so much a rant. It's just like something I need to share with you. Human remains has been found in a 12-foot alligator in Louisiana. And I think because of the flooded water that causes Hurricane Ida, a man went missing, and the sheriff are still determining the identity of the person that was found in that crocodile. Sorry, my apologies, alligator. I say, and it is believed to be a 71-year-old man. Now that cannot be nice for the family, and it can't be nice for anyone, and it is a terrible, without well, it's something that you cannot comprehend when, when alligators swallow somebody, or or eat somebody, you know what I mean. And I always say there's a couple of ways I don't want to go. Maybe when I go under the ground or whatever, the whatever whatever will have me. There's a couple of ways I would like to go. An alligator, a snake, and what's the other one? A crocodile. Terrible way to go. And I say they haven't found they're still trying to identify the remains of this person. Yeah. I want to say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I want to say hi to Marcia, Anderson, Catherine. Hi to Jamelia. Big up. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Now, there's another story which is, yeah, I can't understand. The lady on my screen, she's from Trinidad. You know, every time I see her, she gets lighter and lighter. I don't know what makeup she's using, but it's the reality of things. So, the lady on my screen is, yeah, Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki Minaj has actually posted a strange story. And, in fact, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. What you call a bizarre swollen testicles story. If you don't know what testicles mean, it means balls. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, if you don't know what testicle means, testicle, I can't even say the words myself. See, that's a hard word to say, isn't it? So when I'm gonna say balls are done, I suppose that's the doctor way or the scientific way, isn't it? So Nicki Minaj has actually, Nicki Minaj has actually IG that she was supposed to turn up at the at an awards, at the Met Gala Awards in the US. But she actually put out a story that she's not having the COVID vaccine because her cousin's friend had the vaccine and it made him impotent, and his testicles were swollen. So that's what she puts out there, and it is, as I say, it is cousin her cousin friend. Now, I don't know if her cousin sort of be very, her cousin friend, I should say, would be happy about that. Apparently, he had the swelling balls, and this is ridiculous. He has the swollen balls, and he's impotent. Now, and his girlfriend, he had range to sort of marry his girlfriend. Well, his girlfriend has now dumped him. So it makes me wonder, isn't there any privacy? No privacy is there. Now, if that's a true story, I wonder how his cousin, her cousin friend is feeling. Did I say feeling? I wonder how her cousin friend is feeling about that. Well, it's on IG. It went worldwide, and now I'm talking about it. So can you imagine the embarrassment for a bloke? Who's gonna sort of approach that bloke again? Who is gonna get involved with him again? Because if it's true, somebody must know who he is. So who's gonna get involved with him again? You see what I'm saying? I mean, that sure should never come out. However, I should say, Boris Johnson's also get involved in it. The Prime Minister of England, and he has said it's something like something allegedly like it's a ridiculous story because the vaccine doesn't do that. Now the gloves are off. The gloves are off because Nikki being Nikki has sent allegedly a voicemail back to Boris. So we see how that one gets on. But as I said before, I can't believe you would tweet something like that. Nothing is there nothing private anymore? There's no respect for anything anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, if something like that, I'm not saying men should hide their well-being or their health if something, because we have a lot of men who don't talk about if something's wrong with them or if there's something seriously wrong with them. They don't talk about it. So I'm not saying men shouldn't talk about if something's wrong with them. You know what I mean? And that sort of thing. But you know what I mean? That is something private and that you keep to your own family. But when you see something like that on Instagram or Facebook or, you know, or streaming, you think, does that really need to go out? Did we really need to hear that? Because it just becomes a big joke, and then you think, oh God, you know what I mean? It just becomes a very big joke, isn't it? So I don't think people has to be aware of what goes out sort of on the internet or live stream, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, it's because, as I said, that sort of doesn't, you know, that sort of doesn't, it doesn't feel right, does it? That's what I'm saying. Does it feel right? It doesn't really feel right, you know what I mean? So I hope, you know what I mean, things will be all right for that young man. I mean, I don't know if it's a young man or what man or whatever, but I think things like that shouldn't be, you know what I mean, to be going out, because it's some things you need to keep private. Yeah. Some things you need to keep private, and something you don't need to keep private. But as I say, you know what I mean, can you all that blocks, you know, with friends and families or somebody who knows him, he's gonna say, oh dear me, what's the matter with him? He's not the fact that he's if he's allegedly, it's not the fact that he's impotent. It's the fact that the story has gone out. There's nothing wrong with being impotent because you can get help for it. A lot of people are impotent and they go and get help for it. You know what I mean? Or as I say, medical help. So I think it's the fact that the story actually went out Yeah, I said it's the fact that the story actually went out. You know what I mean? It's actually a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit naughty. I mean, and I say it's one of them ones. It's one of them ones. Now my other little rant is Spice. Have you seen Spice? Go down there. Go down there. Go down there. I've got no pictures of this one, I gotta tell you. Spice, you know, Spice, the dancehall sister, Spice is allegedly had a malfunction with her clothes. And a lot of people have been talking about this. And it is alleged, Spice, I can't do it. Yeah, I gotta do it with this hand. What I gotta do with this hand? It's alleged Spice leg was up there. And she had a malfunction. I think between her, yeah, I think she has a malfunction with her wardrobe. Yeah, so. But she's moved on. And she says this has been sorted out. And she's in the cover of quite a few different magazines. So, like we said, shout out to Spice and all your fans. I'm glad you have recovered and you're back on track. You make some fantastic tune because the tune with Shaggy has mashed up the place. Yeah. So, big shout out to you. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribes. Yeah. And you can call us on 07872 443 765. Yeah. And Break Tru TV at gmail.com. Our program is actually coming to an end. Let me say thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time. And all you guys who's actually send us messages. Big shout out to all of you. Thank you. And keep tuning into the program. You know what I mean? You can go back to this is our 23rd program, and you can go back to the first. Very interesting times, yeah. And as I say, thanks to our sponsors, the ACMC, New Style Radio 98.7 FM, New Style Radio Live, Break Tru Studios, Record Mix. Thank you for tuning in. And also Break Tru Media, 0758 419 7338. We do live streaming, and we do live streaming for wedding, video recording, and a whole lot of other features that we do. You can get in touch with us. And also the Reggae Jam Jerk Center, wonderful product, will be on the market very, very soon. So please trust in us. And let me say thank you once again for tuning in to the program. And let me say we missed our technical engineer today, Chi. We will see you next week. Chi is a very talented young lady, and she's only young, and she is actually responsible for our graphics, and she knows all our broadcasting softwares. You know what I mean? She's absolutely marvelous, and she is a big help. And it is good to see such a young person has gotten involved in what we're doing, and she loved it. And I say we missed her very much. Chi, big shout out to you. See you next week. I think she's actually gone back. It's her first day at college. So college come first, isn't it? When you're studying, no matter what, you have to get your education. So let me say thank you once again. Yeah, thank you. And I say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And my time is almost here. Yeah. And all I can say, remember, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave you with this. Being rich is not always about money. Or living a rich life is not always about money. But it helps. Thank you. Have a great afternoon. God bless you. Stay tuned next week.